Good afternoon, Ali. This is your friend, Mr. Jeff. And for today, we have a very fortunate special guest who's going to read the story to you. This is my son, Jason. He's 8 years old and he's in second grade. And he is going to read the story starting now.
The Lucky Hat by Anne Harth. You can wear my lucky hat. Kyle held out a red baseball cap. The edges were gray and grumpy. David raised his eyebrows. Really? Kyle shrugged. You need it. It's an important bike race. Wow, David took the hat. He ran his fingers along the visor. Thanks. I won't lose it. Kyle shrugged. Don't worry, it's lucky. It always turns up. Just don't wash it. It might lose some of the luck. David smiled. I promise. He pulled the cap. I'll take good care of it. He hops on his bike. I know, Kyle waved. Good luck. I'll see you there. David touched the cap one more time. I'll give it right back after the race. He rode toward the track. He couldn't lose. Now he had trained hard for the race. His bike shone like new. With the red hat, he was sure to win. The riders lined up. On your mark, get set, go, Coach yelled. David's stomach rolled. Get set. David touched the brim of the lucky hat. He gripped his handlebars. Go! David won. He pulled ahead of the other riders. The red hat fell snug. The wind raced past. David saw the finish line. He piled harder. He was ahead. He crossed the finish line. David won. He wheeled his bike to a bench and sat down. The hat had worked. Took off it and set it beside him. He was hot and tired, but he was happy. Come get your ribbon, David, Coach Masters called. David ran to the coach. He returned to the bench with his reward. He reached for Kyle's lucky hat. His hand stopped above the seat. The hat was gone. David felt the top of his head. He looked underneath the bench. He looked at the people around him. No one was wearing the red cap. Kyle had trusted him with the lucky hat. David had lost it. David looked in the garbage cans and under the picnic tables. He looked behind the trees and the bushes. The hat had vanished. You're a winner, David, Coach Masters drove away. David didn't feel like a winner. He felt like a loser. What would he tell Kyle? David chugged toward home. His mom had made his favorite dinner. He barely tasted it. He brushed his teeth and went to bed. All night David tossed and turned. The next day he went straight to the playground. Kyle was surrounded by a group of boys. David slowly walked toward him. And all because of this, Kyle was saying. He left his hand. David's mouth dropped open. Kyle was holding his lucky hat. David raced to his side. Your hat, he yelled. Where did you find it? You left it for me next to your bike. Kyle put it on his head. David shook his head. I thought I lost it. Nope, Kyle laughed. See, it really is lucky. It always turns up.
So, some of the finishing comprehension questions. Number 1, where is the hat found? Number 2, what does Kyle lend to David to help him win the race? And number 3, Why does David have trouble sleeping? I hope you enjoyed this story today, Ali, and I hope you are doing reading at home every single day with your mom and or your dad. I will look forward to reading another story with you next week, and maybe we'll have a different special guest reader. Goodbye.
Goodbye.